The weapon of punishment, Christian reimagining of the Norse afterlife. The conversion of the Norse peoples to Christianity between the 8th and 12th centuries CE required more than just the replacement of one set of gods with another. It necessitated a radical overhaul of their entire cosmological understanding, particularly the fate of the soul after death. The Norse traditionally held a complex view of the afterlife, where destiny was often determined by the manner of death, leading souls to various destinations like the glorious Valhalla, Freya's Folkvanger, or, for the vast majority who died of sickness or old age, the dim but non-punitive realm of hell. Christian missionaries actively sought to supplant these pluralistic destinations with a strict, moral binary of heaven and hell, wielding the newly introduced concept of eternal damnation as a powerful tool of conversion. The most crucial strategy involved the linguistic and theological appropriation of the Norse underworld, hell. In Norse cosmology, hell was simply the realm of the dead, ruled by the eponymous goddess, and was characterized by cold, gloom, and a shadowy continuation of life. It was a neutral destination, not a fiery pit of active torment. Missionaries strategically utilized the similarity between the Germanic word hell and the Christian concept of infernum, hell, to conflate the two. By redefining the familiar underworld as the Christian place of eternal, agonizing punishment for the wicked and non-believers, they introduced a terrifying moral dimension previously absent in the pagan worldview. This transformation was the linchpin of the conversion effort. Norse religion was often transactional, based on what the gods could provide in this life. Christianity, however, offered a doctrine centered on salvation and moral consequence in the next life. By exaggerating and moralizing the fate of souls in the new hell, missionaries presented the pagan afterlife destinations not as natural or honorable paths, but as moral failures leading to unending suffering. The only escape from this newly terrifying fate was acceptance of the Christian God. This shift effectively undermined the foundations of pagan piety, swapping an afterlife based on honor or fate for one based entirely on moral choice, driving the populace toward conversion out of fear for their eternal souls. The Christian campaign to replace the complex Norse afterlives with the single, punitive fate of hell proved highly effective. It reframed the spiritual bargain, making the stakes infinitely higher than they had been under the old gods. This strategic introduction of eternal damnation successfully weaponized fear, accelerating the abandonment of ancient customs and beliefs for the promise of everlasting bliss in heaven and the avoidance of everlasting fire.